for, and extend. Use the code Clydesdale to get 20% off at checkout at c4energy.com. The 2023 season series with some amazing athletes. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notifier so you're first to know when new episodes are available. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Clydesdale Media Podcast. My name is Scott Schweitzer. I am the Clydesdale, and we have Kat running the board behind the scenes, and we have Travon Benton with us today, two-time semifinalist. What's going on, Travon?
How are you doing? Thanks for having me on the show again. Super excited to be here.
Yeah. A lot of exciting things to talk about. We talked to you last year at this time as you were getting ready for the MAC, and I got to interview you at the MAC.
Yep.
Coming off your complex of 330 pounds.
Yep, that was fun.
Yeah, that was a good time. You attributed what you did in that complex to the hype squad you had in the crowd.
Oh yeah, I had quite a few friends there, and then my wife was always she's always been my biggest support and biggest hype man. You can go back in the days when I played college baseball and I hit a home run, and my wife was just she's gonna laugh if she does, but she's just roaring. She's so loud and just so energized. But yeah, definitely a great hype squad.
So let's talk about your wife. When we had you on last year, we learned that you guys started dating when you were in third grade.
Yeah, pretty much. No, yeah, we started dating in 8th grade. So I guess going on this year would be 14 years together or so. Our next anniversary. So a long time. Yeah, there's us.
So there's some wedding pictures of you guys.
Yeah.
Yep. You guys just got some news.
Oh yeah.
And you're expecting something in October.
Yep, October 25th. We are having a baby boy, and we are so excited. Yeah, so we went I was telling you guys a minute ago, we were planning on waiting, and then we got a little impatient. And then it's funny, just the whole time my wife has been I know it's a girl. I feel connected to it. I just know it. And then whenever we're here at the gym and we did the little confetti popper things and it popped blue, it was just such a big surprise, and it was awesome. But yeah, we're super excited. Now there it is. Me going crazy. That's awesome. Yeah, that was such a good time. And then you can see our dog over there freaking out. He doesn't like loud noises. But yeah, we're super excited and super blessed.
So you didn't do a deadlift over it and drop the deadlift bar on it, or
no?
You just jumped up and down?
I just jumped up and down. I should have done something like that. I should have done another complex.
It was so un-CrossFit
Yeah, I should have done another complex and then done something and dropped the weight on it. But
yeah, at least 335.
Yeah, my luck, I would have missed it right now.
That would be the most anticlimactic gender reveal ever if you missed the lift.
Yeah, I would definitely miss it. That'd be my luck. I know it. But yeah, we're excited.
All right, so you and Amanda have been together for a very, very long time, and you're having your first kid. What is that going to do to do you have any idea how that's going to change your life?
I mean, I don't have an idea yet, but I know it's going to be a big life change. But I definitely know I have a great coach who's super great at just adjusting things, and I have a great wife and a great support around me. So I know whatever we do, it's always going to work out. We're going to make it work. We're also blessed. My wife is a assistant director at a nonprofit, pretty much a preschool here. So pretty much most likely when she goes back to work, the baby will be there, and she'll be able to be there with the baby all the time. And so we're just super blessed. We have great things around us, and we'll make it work no matter what.
And are you still coaching as your profession?
So I do PE coaching at my wife's work, so I handle the after school, and then I also coach CrossFit as well. And then I'm kind of leaning between two jobs right now, potentially in the future. So we'll see what that looks like, which might give me a little bit of more flexibility with the baby.
Professional CrossFitter, one of those?
That would be the goal. That would be awesome. We're working towards that. But yeah, absolutely. That would be awesome.
So last year when you were talking to Kat, you guys talked about your first semifinal experience and what your goal going in was just to learn as much as you could last year at the MAC. So I'm going to ask you this year, what did you learn and what are you taking with you into this year's semifinals?
Yeah, that's a great question. So like pretty much like I guess Mac I learned a lot, and then obviously like during the season, like the off season this year, like going to Wadapalooza, and things along those lines. Like I learned like it's just still like just an experience thing. Like I still haven't been doing this very long, and like a lot of the guys that I'm competing with, like I feel in my heart like I can compete with these guys. I have the skill sets to compete with them. It's just like an experience thing. Like I remember like the first workout going like to Wadapalooza. I've like, never experienced like high rings, and like I felt like whenever I was like turning over, like I was like on resistance bands. So like there's just a lot of inexperience, but like just getting that experience is just making me even better. And like I said, I believe like I can compete with the guys just learning, and I think I'm getting there. So I'm excited to see what happens this year at the semifinal.
So I want to come back to Wadapalooza in a second, but how hard was it at the MAC to kind of stay in your own lane and do your thing with all these people going crazy around you?
Yeah, it was definitely hard. Like it's just that was like one of my I guess that was probably the biggest competition I ever did in my life. So obviously just competing like next to the best guys in the world, it's definitely just hard to like kind of stay in your lane. But that's kind of why going back to the competitions, I did these bigger competitions just to kind of get used to that, like paying attention to like my own pace and just like staying in my own lane. And I feel like I've gotten so much better at that, and um, I can trust my like game plan during the competitions, and know that it's gonna work, and trust it.
It's funny because the MAC opened with that lift, and probably the hype of the crowd and everybody around you actually helped you
Mm-hmm.
are that complex in that moment.
Yep.
But then there's other events where that can be a detriment. Did you experience that as well?
Yeah, and I think that's where like to go on a detriment. Like that next workout was like I think it was like GHDs and handstand walking. Like in practice, I did very well in that, and then like in the competition, like instead of like trusting like my game plan, just because I thought people would go faster, I went faster and like ultimately blew up. So like that's just like the inexperience that I had. Where like I think kind of going into this year, it's like I know that I can if I want to break, like I can break. Like I can just stick to my game plan, like and trust it, and just know that's gonna work. So that's just kind of just the thing that I've learned this year and just kind of grown on. I guess they're just gained.
So Kat and I were at Wadapalooza this year. Saw you out there on the floor. That first event was the rings out. Feels like it's got to feel like you're out over the water, right?
Yeah.
You're on those high rings. The wind's blowing. The rings do not stay steady. How how much do you have to adapt to all those changes in that moment?
That was definitely like a huge, like just like such a big like adaptation. Like I said like earlier, like I've just never experienced that in my life before. Like in practice, like I know everyone does better at their like home gym, but like that's also like an amazing workout for me. Like that was written up perfectly, and then to kind of go out there and just like experience that and like not know what's going on. Yeah, it was just huge. Like definitely just having to learn how to adapt on the fly. But yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because I saw so many people jump up and miss one of
I
the
was one of
rings
them.
with one arm. Right. I remember that.
Yeah.
And then you're hanging from one arm.
Yep.
And then the decision is, do I just jump down or do I try to catch the other one at some point? And
Yeah.
you're kind of in no man's land.
Oh yeah. There was at one point too during that workout, like my ring, there was like a beam to the right, and like I guess I jumped down or something happened in my beam or my ring looped around the beam. So I was like waiting there for like a good like 45 seconds to a minute, like waiting for them to get my ring down. So it was definitely fun and interesting event.
So the second part of that workout was a variety of, I think it was squats, right?
Yeah, it was like
Front squat,
front
back
squat.
squat.
Or yeah, oh no, it was a back squat, front squat, overhead squat.
Yeah. That didn't seem to slow you down too much.
Yeah, well,
It seemed to be all about those rings.
it was definitely the rings, and ring muscle ups are usually like one of my like best movements. So it was definitely a rough one for me to not execute that. But we live and learn.
So perfect learning experience, right? You go into something, you think it's going to be your home run. It doesn't go as planned. It's the first workout of the weekend. Then how do you shove that to the side and move forward?
Um, you just kind of have to move on. Like it's again, like it's something that can happen in a competition. Like it kind of happened to me last year. Um, so I mean, I guess that's one thing kind of I learned. I guess going back to baseball, like in baseball, like I've played baseball all the way up to college. Like baseball is one of those sports where you just fail like over and over and over again, and you have to learn how to like not let that last at bat affect you. So I guess that's just something that I've kind of learned just in my past, just with baseball. It's just kind of after having like a bad, like I guess we'll call it a game, like you have to get ready for the next one and move forward. So I think I handled it pretty well. After it probably took me a couple hours, and then kind of moved on and got ready for the next workout.
Was that your first time at Wadapalooza?
That was my first time, and I'm like dying to go back.
So you saw all these athletes do both individual and team.
Mhm.
Do you think you could ever do that back to back for the weekend?
I think I could do it. I just don't know if it's worth doing it. But I mean, if I have a good group of friends and it makes sense, like yeah, let's do it. Like I think it's such a good time. Like that's why I just said like I'm dying to go back. I really love that competition. So I mean, I think if we have a good group of guys and like obviously I want to win. So like if we have a good group and we'll get after it. I might consider it.
So I think Kat's pulled up your lift here.
Yep, there we go. Good old triple bounce.
Is the 3 just good luck or?
It's just good luck. Third time's the charm. You know it's going
Right.
up on that third one.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Yeah.
Well, what'd you lift? What'd you clean and jerk on this one?
That was 360. So yeah,
Very
definitely
nice.
that was a PR. It felt great. The clean felt great. I think. Well, first I got out there and like I was so confused by the weights. I never used a 55, so like I didn't know what my weights were. So I think that I opened with like 305, and I was like, I just kind of slapped on a weight, and I was at 34. I was like, oh man, that's a big jump. And then it felt good, and then I just kind of slapped on 360, not knowing it was really 360, and we hit it. So like, yeah, it's kind of fun.
Yeah. It's funny when you do that. You throw the red plate on, and all of a sudden, like math goes out the window.
Yeah.
And you can't figure it out.
Because you can like see on there, I put the blue on there first, and I thought there was going to be another blue because I'm so used to like just stacking blues, and there was a red, and I was like, and then my mind just kind of like just flipped. I was like, oh, like what is this? And then I just couldn't figure it out, so I just slapped some weights on, and like let's do it.
Yeah, I wanted to let you know that I've talked to a couple athletes who did both individual and team, and when I talked to them that weekend, they all said I would never do that again.
The clean and jerk?
No.
Oh, the
team
back.
and
Oh,
individual.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But every one of them that I've talked to since then has said, it wasn't so bad. I could do it again.
Yeah, now that they're recovered and feeling good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be so fun. I would love to do it.
Yeah. It's a great event. I hope they can find a way to better get the crowds into the stadium. And more people in, so people aren't missing the big events.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, it is just one big party.
Yeah, I'm with you. I know I was trying to watch some events on, I think it was Sunday. Like it was just the lines were like insane. I was like, oh, this stinks. But yeah, if there's a way you could fit more people in there and make it like flow, that would be awesome. It would just be even louder.
Yeah. So what was that like? The crowd? How loud were the crowds? Because I think there was probably more people at Wadapalooza than there was at Mac last year.
Yeah, definitely. It was awesome. Honestly, like I was just like didn't even really hear the crowd. I know they were there, but just like the music, just how I wish it's just like thumping. Like I honestly like I was just in myself. I was loving it. So just how loud the music is, and then like Bella on the mic, just like it's crazy loud, and just I don't know, it was fun.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Yeah.
So Kat says Miami is such a vibe, and they embrace it. Wadapalooza embraces every bit of Miami.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now this year, unlike last year, you know where you're going to semifinals before the season even started.
Mhm.
How does that help you with just planning for the season? Does it make it much easier for you?
Um, not really. I'm pretty good at just like adjusting on the fly. So I wouldn't say not really. Just kind of know where it's at. I'm excited wherever it's at. I'm just honestly just excited to get into a semifinal, just to compete against these guys. So, but no, I guess it definitely helps again booking like places early. I guess that's very nice, like financially.
Yeah, I just wish CrossFit would not book over a Memorial Day weekend just
Yeah,
one time.
yeah, it's just how it works sometimes.
Yeah. It's great for getting vacation from work,
Mhm.
but bad for getting prices on flights.
Yeah, they're tough. they're
So you're going to Pasadena. We're going to have double the field that we did last year. So you're going to be one of 60 athletes out on competing. How do you think that's going to affect your game plan going into the semifinals this year?
I really don't think it's gonna affect my game plan at all. Like I said, I've learned a lot this year. Like I've learned just to kind of like stay in my own lane, and like really trust what I can do because my skills are really good. So I don't think it's really gonna affect. I think it will be nice since like we get to see like the competition in Orlando before us, so that'd be kind of good. I know everyone can see it, but I think that's really good for me because I like to just game plan and strategize. So I think that's really kind of advantage is getting to see the competitions before us or see the workouts.
Yeah. And in addition, you're coming in not a bad seed, right? You're top half. So you're going to get to see half the field go before you take the floor for that first event, kind of see what's going to happen. That's a huge improvement over last year. Last year, you were 106th, kind of
Yep.
on that bubble as to whether you're getting in or not. This year, you're solidly into the semifinals. What does that give you confidence going in this year?
Yeah, it gives me confidence. It definitely just shows that I'm doing the right things, for sure. But yeah, last year it was tough. I remember like in the semifinals being on that bubble. I think I was in 60th when I like after the quarterfinals over, and then I got hit with like a big penalty, which kind of bumped me back. And then I know they took like the whole like month to like tell you whether or not you're in. So like that was definitely stressful.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine.
Um, Fighting off the last ends of the flu here.
Oh, that's
Um,
tough.
so so um, so you're coming in at 27th. It's going to be a big field. Like so, if you have a bad workout, it can drop you way down. If you have a good workout, it can bring you way up because a
Mm-hmm.
point differential in a 60-person field as opposed to a 30-person field is going to be huge. So what have you done to close the holes you had from last season?
Um, Honestly, just like I said, just try stuff, and then like I've just been working a lot on my GHD volume. I know that last year that was one of the things that I wasn't very good at on the first workout. So I've been doing a lot of GHD volume, running, just kind of really all the things that I need to do just to like help me be consistent. Because I think the weekend is just about being consistent and like having those obviously those big events where like you're in the top half, but just being consistent. So that's kind of one of the big things that I'm focused on this year at the semifinal. Just being consistent throughout the whole weekend.
So here's the big question. Do you want them to throw a GHD in the mix so you can see how much better you've gotten? Or do you want to hope it's not there so that you can not have to do that during the semis?
Oh, I definitely want them to throw it in there. Definitely, that's what I mean. I want to test my skills and test my ability. And if it's not there, then like obviously like we got to keep working on it. So it's I definitely want it there.
You working with the same coach from last year?
Yes, I'm working with Matt Bryant with Golden Line Training, and he's been nothing but amazing. I'm super blessed to have him.
Awesome. And is he going to get your coach's pass this year?
Oh yeah, he's definitely getting my coach's pass. We also have some other athletes coming. I think Clay is another athlete, and then Abby Dommett, who's on the women's side. So yeah, not maybe get the wife a pass. Maybe someone else get him and put the wife back there too. But yeah,
So I've asked this of a couple of the athletes. When you're in the back, do you like to be like focused on your goal at hand, or do you like to be loose and joking around? And who is the best person for whichever way you lean?
Um, I kind of like to be a little bit of both. I like to be focused, but I also like to have a good time and just kind of interact. I don't like to kind of just be in my own little bubble. Just kind of honestly stresses me out. Talking and just interacting definitely like helps relieve some of that stress. But I guess as far as like having someone, it would probably be my coach or my wife. That's a tough one. Matt, I guess I would say my probably my coach, because my wife probably gets a little stressed out during these times. So probably Matt. He's really good about being like kind of wherever I need him to be. So
When you
yeah,
need that roaring, screaming from the crowd when you're out there on the floor. So the
yeah,
wife's got to be in the audience, right?
hmm yeah, definitely. Also, too, if you listen to that Wadapalooza video, you can hear my coach just going crazy. So he's a good hype man.
So last year you roomed with Riley.
hmm
I think Riley's in the East, right?
Riley's in the East this year, yes.
Yeah. So you compared the two of you to stepbrothers
hmm
rooming together last year. Did you make it through the weekend without beating each other up?
Yeah, we were getting close. Riley's one that likes to kind of like stay up a little bit later, and he was watching some Halo last year. I was like, Riley, come on, buddy, it's time to turn it off. But no, yeah, Riley's always a good time. I love that guy to death. So, but yeah, definitely some stepbrothers.
Are you glad you don't have to go up against him this year and you can just root for
Uh,
him?
yeah, but I love competing against Riley. It's always fun. Like we just kind of keep each other accountable. Like during my ups or during his downs, like we're both like always there for each other. So it is always good to kind of sometimes have Riley around. I mean, I guess, yeah, like, I guess that's how I met Riley. I was struggling a bit, and he picked me up, and then kind of after that, we just kind of became good friends.
Got to have those, right?
Oh yeah, you have to.
So I'm going to finish up with two questions. The first one is about your dog.
Okay.
Is it Vader?
Yep, that's him. Good old Vader.
And he's a Doberman,
He's a Doberman.
and he's afraid of loud noises.
Yeah, if you watch that video, he takes off sprinting. He doesn't like vacuums, doesn't like Roomba. He is the softest dog in the world. You would think a Doberman would be a big protection dog, not him. Just a
Listen,
sissy.
I've watched both versions of Magnum. The Dobermans are who protect the house. What is
Yeah,
going on, man?
I don't know. I think it's there. He's still a puppy. He's still like 1 in 4 months, and like he shows some like protection, but he's just such a like submissive and just sweet dog. But yeah, he's great, but definitely more on the soft side than the aggressive side.
Perfect that you're having a newborn and a soft dog.
Yeah, well, I guess he is soft, but that guy has a lot of energy. So I think he's great. Great practice. Like we have to wear that guy out, or else it's gonna be a not so fun day.
All right. So, final question. What is the goal for this year's semifinals? Is it time that Travon is going to go to the CrossFit Games?
I hope so. I mean, I think if I can put together a good week, like then definitely like there's a chance for me to get in. But yeah, I think again it's just still like it's continue to learn, but also this year like I think there's like I said if we put together a good week like there's always like that chance that this can be the year and it'd be awesome. Baby on the way, CrossFit Games. Yeah, I'm excited and I'm ready to see what happens this year.
Yeah. If you make the CrossFit Games, you're going to have to find a way to keep your wife cool in that heat in the
Oh my
summer at the
gosh.
CrossFit Games.
Oh, I know.
What,
Oh,
7 months pregnant at that point?
yeah. That's gonna be fun. But we'll figure it out. We
But
always do.
that would be a good problem to have.
Yeah, we'll get her one of those hats with the hydrating little tubes that she can just drink on, just move around and fan or whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll get her own like ice cooler she can hop into or something.
Well, Travon, this has been a blast, man. Good luck in Pasadena. I will be there. I will see you. We'll be rooting for you.
Awesome.
And hope you meet all your goals, man.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it.